to have you here, Maria Campanella. I am so excited, and I just want to know if you noticed. Were you watching the trailer?
Yes.
Did you notice? I want to ask you a couple of things. Did you notice the combat skills that I have?
I did. Yes, absolutely. I was like, oh, that's a pretty cool stick move.
Because you and me are going to have a little stage combat choreo in an upcoming film.
I can't wait. I love that.
I know. I feel like saying that. Like
some of my things. I'm ready.
Okay, it's stage combat, just so you know, is the acting term. It's not real. Okay. I'm a little nervous because you're very
trying to control myself. Yeah.
Christ. I have to tell you, Maria is a black belt in martial arts, and she is well accomplished in kickboxing and all sorts of stuff. And I am so happy to be here with you. I'm a little nervous about our upcoming choreography, but I'll talk about that in a second. Can you introduce yourselves and tell everybody, because you are from Long Island, and what do you do on Long Island?
What do I do on Long Island? Well, so my name is Maria. Thanks for the intro. I'm happy to be here. Fun. What do I do? I teach martial arts, and I love it. And I teach dance, as you know. And it's great. It's great to always be moving. Like, I do these great things. I get to, like, who has it better than that? Like, you get to work like that.
Movement, right? That is the secret to life, I feel like. But you're being very humble right now. You do all of those things. You also teach ballroom dance, and you also do a little acting here and there. I want to ask you also if you noticed in the trailer of the body we were moving.
Oh, it was a real body, wasn't it?
It was.
Yes.
There was a real body in that garbage bag.
That's good.
Yes.
Yeah, that takes some muscles.
You know, and it just goes to show you that you cannot mess with me.
That's right.
That's right. So we
won't even try.
Oh, wait. Yeah, we were moving a real body. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So much fun. So, you're going to see Maria in an upcoming episode in a section of Hybrid Hazards Revelations. And this is a 4-part series. Alexis Ramirez, I apologize if I'm messing it up once again. He's got so many projects going on, and me and Julia's not here today because she is cast in a few amazing projects, which we'll bring her on to talk about. But really, really cool stuff. One is Broadway, by the way.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, we should go watch her. It's touring, and it'll be in New York. But in any event, Hybrid Hazards Revelations, and Maria's going to be my sister-in-law, and we're gonna do a little stage combat. So if I get my butt kicked,
that's gonna be fun.
You'll know. Yeah, for you.
Yeah,
I'm second guessing. You know, the first stage combat, which you saw a little clip of, was with Luperca, the wolf mother, and it was very funny how this came about. And I know I'm going off track because we are going to talk about nutrition and food and power foods and things like that. But just to veer off for a second, me and Julia were doing an interview with Alexis Ramirez, the director of all these Were Creature projects, and I made a joke, and he cut it out because he didn't want that to be a thing. But I said, hey, Megan Florentino is going to confront Luperca, and Luperca is the wolf mother. She's got all these tattoos. She's really tough. And I was like, I will confront her. And Julia and me were having a fun time about it. And he was like, that's not happening. Fast forward, we had our confrontation, our first confrontation.
For real.
I have to tell you, yeah, she's a wonderful, wonderful, amazing person, Terry Claire. And the actress, is just nothing like the character, which is so cool because I was a little nervous. I'm much more nervous with you because I actually know you and know your skills.
No, it's all good fun.
Yeah. Well, I can always edit out that part. No, anyway, no way. It's going to be so much fun. And we have a beautiful beachfront house that I cannot wait.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be so great. I love that we're taking people on tours of Long Island. And I want to talk to you. Yeah. So you know a lot of great spots on Long Island. So talk about a few spots that you visited in the last couple of days, where you found your peaches and all sorts of other stuff. I want to hear about this.
I just went from Buffalo this morning to Wading River, which I guess isn't all that far out east, but for you it might be. I mean, but it was coming from JFK after Buffalo just to go peach picking. Yes.
And so what is the thrill of the peach pick?
I don't really know. Like, I don't know. I could have bought the peaches, I think, cheaper from a supermarket, but I don't know. Like,
are the peaches fresher? Are they organic?
Well, they're as fresh as it's going to get, right? You're like taking them off of the tree, and the experience is nice. There's like a lot of people. We had to wait on a long line and stuff, but like they're smoking corn. Yeah, well, they're roasting in the smokers, corn. And I bought like a bunch of sunflowers, and I don't know. It's just nice. It was hot. It was very hot.
I have two major questions for you.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, what do you do with the sunflowers? And second of all, did you give me a peach?
I have a peach for you. Yes. I got some good peaches. The peaches were huge. Like some of them were so big, but they're not ripe yet. I have to put they're not soft yet. They're ripe, but they're not like soft. You have to put them in a brown paper bag, just like you do with your avocados or your mangoes. Oh, are you a fruity person? Do you like these things?
Yes, I love all of these things, but I don't do any of these things. That's why I'm learning. That's why I wanted to do this. I have my own system to create abundance of energy, which I definitely feel like I create. But this whole, that's why you get along with my mom, because she is very much like that. She knows about the peaches and the paper bags and all that. I never paid attention. My grandma growing up had all the apple trees and so
yes, my nanny too. Like actually had apple trees in Rocky Point, which is Long Island, out a little bit further east. And she used to make applesauce and stuff. So like I took all that from her. I have a couple of apple trees in my yard. They never really seem to get like good fruit, but yeah, but we have lots of other vegetables like zucchini and tomatoes and cucumbers and eggplant, peppers. We're growing all sorts of crazy peppers right now.
Crazy peppers.
I can't touch them. Like I like to eat hot, spicy food. I have some kind of allergy to them. Oh. I can't cut them, touch them, smell them. Like if they're cooking, and like if you just cut them, the oils and stuff. I'll never forget years ago trying to dry out like some chili peppers.
Oh, wow.
And I started to cut them up, and then I touched my face and stuff. It's bad. And like it's caught, like I can't breathe. It's really bad.
Oh, wow. That's horrible.
I can eat them cooked.
How interesting that you would even try to eat them after those experiences.
Yeah, well, I always ate them, but I never tried to actually do anything with them. Like, if I'm out, I would eat hot stuff.
I see.
But I never tried. And then when I would like touch them raw,
that's when you have the allergic reaction. Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. So the thing about you that's different than, because a lot of people grow stuff on Long Island for sure. Mm-hmm. And of course in other places, not just Long Island, but the thing that's interesting about you is the juggling of so many different things. So this is the thing with Maria that I always find so admirable and impressive, is that you can juggle this You're welcome. You can juggle this kind of home life, but you still do all of this other stuff, martial arts and dance and acting stuff, and you get out to all these different things. And so it's most people don't do that. Like they do that or that.
Like,
They
yes, yeah.
don't do both. I mean, you have chickens. You
Yeah.
still have chickens?
I still have chickens. Yeah. 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 And then, oh, so I'm having issues with my chicken's eggs. And I like looked up because I know that like if you feed them oyster shells, their eggs are nice and strong. Like the shells are nice and strong and their eggs are healthier. But then I was like, well, why can't I just like, I know there's a way that I could recycle their eggs. I just wasn't sure how. And then so I saved their shells and I dried them up and I rolled them out and stuff and I fed it to them. Yeah, so like stuff like that. But I know it's like because I don't know, I'm all over the place. I'm from chickens. I like one day I could be on the farm and another day I could be in a city club. I don't know.
Yeah.
So,
But and that leads me to the topic of this is kind of a follow-up from last week's episode of fueling your life. Like what fuels that? And I was talking to Will, who was the guest last week, and he was talking about he owns a bike shop and does all this incredible stuff and has an abundance of energy, and talking about how what he does to kind of keep going and listening to his body and all that good stuff. And that is the kind of, and he mentioned kombucha, which I thought, oh boy, kombucha again, 2 times in a row. I've not had this. You know me,
I don't know if you'd like it, honestly.
I it's not a question of liking it. It's a question of adding that, because I drink wheatgrass. I don't like
Right.
that.
I know
I
you
drink
drink grass a lot.
ginger shots with pepper and what else? Turmeric. That does not taste good, but I do it because I know it's good for me. So it's just a question of doing another thing. Like it's a balance. So I have the things I like, and then I have the things that I don't like so much, but I know that that's going to keep me living a life that is exceptional, as far as energy wise and all that stuff, because I hate being subjected to sicknesses and things like that where you can't do stuff. So tell us about kombucha, and you guys make it. They make it from scratch, and you guys have been making it forever. I've seen the kombucha all around. And what's with the alcohol in the kombucha? Talk to us about kombucha.
I love my kombucha. Okay. So sometimes it doesn't come out good. Like sometimes there's reasons why it doesn't come out good, right? But for the most part,
you also sell it, don't you? You sell it in town?
I do. I was for a while, long time, couple of years, few years, more than a few years. Yeah. And people like when they try it, they love it and then they want to buy it. I haven't really been like focusing on it anymore, which is sad, because I do notice like when I focus on it, it starts to pick up, but
wonderful.
The flavors, I could flavor it anyway, pretty much. Like, and it tastes amazing. Like my kombucha is the bomb. It totally is. And I know this because like I'll go to places and I have so much of my own. Why would I buy it from anywhere else? But of course I have to because I have to compare, right? And it just does not taste the same.
What does it taste like?
Well, generally it's like well, it's a fermented drink and it's like, can I curse on here a little bit?
Sure. We're going to be on YouTube. We're live on YouTube only, so why not?
I don't know. I won't say like some people like, oh, that, like not mine, but okay. But sometimes when you drink kombucha, it tastes like ass, right? Like,
well, that's an endorsement.
Okay. But not mine. Not mine. No, mine tastes sweet, like, but not too sweet where it's like, oh, that's all sugar. It's got like a honey taste to it. I don't add honey to it, but it tastes like that. I don't know. Like it's light. Like sometimes people compare it to like maybe like a sour beer.
Ah, interesting. And it has an alcohol component to it?
It could, and it does. Yeah, because it's fermented, but it depends on how long you ferment it. Like if you ferment it a long time, it's going to develop more alcohol. But then you really can't sell it unless you sell it under an alcoholic beverage, right? Yeah.
Interesting. How did you learn how to do this?
Long story.
Wow, interesting.
Long story, but
Interesting.
it is really good, and I have hooked so many people onto it, like people who like, and generally I feel like people either love it or hate it. But then the people who love it are so addicted to it. They're like, oh, what else you got? Or I need more kombucha. Hit me up with some more kombucha. Yeah.
What are the health benefits? So
Well, so primary is like health, gut health. So, yeah, it's got amazing probiotics, and it's alkalining, even though, like, people will say sometimes it tastes like acidic, but it's alkalining to the body. And it just makes you feel great. Like,
wow.
it gives me like, people will say, oh, that's the alcohol content that's making you feel that way. But it's not. Like it sometimes it gives me like a euphoric feeling. Even when it's not alcohol. I have allowed it for myself to really ferment, and I've like put it in with the latch top. Why can't I think right now? But when you open it, it's like champagne. Sometimes,
Wow.
like I've allowed it to get to that point.
Yeah.
And again, it tastes phenomenal. Like sometimes it comes out great like that. And then I know that it has alcohol in it, but I won't sell that. And one, because it's alcoholic, but
Sure.
two, because it could be like combustible, and people don't know that. And it could but I'll drink it. And it's really so great. But even when it's not like that, it does give you a really good, like, euphoric feeling, but not like a drunk feeling. It's different.
Yeah.
It's definitely different. You're not like buzzed. You're just happy.
Absolutely. Hey, I think that I need to try this.
You should. And I make it in so many different flavors. I'll flavor it anyway, pretty much.
All right. Well, I think you need
I've done a pina colada one. Oh my God, everybody loves that one.
And are there calories in
I don't really know. I'd have to get it like.
Okay, just curious.
Yeah, there's got to be
determining
because it's really made. It is made with some sugar, and but what happens is like the SCOBY or the bacteria, the live bacteria, eats the sugar to form the good bacteria.
Gotcha. Okay, well, people that drink this are like yourself in super great shape. You're in amazing shape.
Thank
And
you.
not only that, you have an abundance of energy, and that's really why I wanted to include you on this second part series of Energy for Life. What else? I know I've seen you drink coconut water.
Mm-hmm.
And this is another thing, like you hear about coconut water, and what's with the coconut water? What's great about it? I mean,
it's supposed to be hydrating more so than drinking regular water. And honestly, I haven't had much coconut water lately. I don't like plain water.
oh, okay.
But I have to drink a lot of it. Like I know that I have to drink a lot of it.
Of course, absolutely.
And I used to not drink water at all. Like I would work out all day, do all these things. I'd have one bottle of water the entire day.
Yeah.
So I can't. And then when I started to drink a lot of water, and knowing that it's not right, like I know that it's not right, I would tell people, did you drink any water today? I wouldn't drink any myself. But I did finally start to drink water. And then I noticed that the more I drank, the more I needed. Like I cannot be without it. And so, and even like right now, I'm like, oh my God, I'm thinking I need my water. Where's my water bottle? But so I started drinking coconut water because I thought that it was like going to help me drink water.
Yeah. Okay.
I think it's supposed to have like more electrolytes and stuff. But for some reason, it actually makes me feel more thirsty. So
Interesting.
yeah, that's me though. Who knows? But I, you know what I do
The
love
thing
to
is,
do?
when you start to, I actually agree with you because I mean we've both been very athletic most of our lives, so we have a lifelong experience. But I do agree that because I was like you, I didn't drink a lot of water. You didn't want to kind of stop to slow down for
Right.
all that. But then when I made the decision to start, and the reason why I made the decision to start drinking more water was because I was starting to get really dry skin, like on my face.
Yes, me too. Well,
Oh,
because
wow, interesting.
you
And
age.
so I was like, that's it. I'm gonna, get over this and start drinking water. But then you see a whole change in your skin and everything
Yeah,
changes. It
totally.
really does. It transforms yourself. But the other thing is you get thirsty because then your body's in tune with the fact that you need water.
So much so, right? Like now,
Yeah,
it's like suddenly like,
sure.
oh my God, I need water all day long. Like I have water, my water bottle, I have an 18
Cheers.
ounce hydro flask. Is that water?
It is. I had it sitting there all day. I remembered to drink it. But yeah.
Yeah, I can't even go to sleep without my hydro flask. And I put I put cucumbers because right now like we're growing the cucumbers.
Wow.
So
That's
cucumber water all day long.
great.
It's so good.
That's so great. I love that. And I mean, that is, you are giving us all of these secrets. And if you guys don't know Maria, but you now are getting to know her. And like I said, she can go from morning till night and just go, go, go. She's like the little energy bunny.
Yeah.
She is. I mean, you're never going to hear that she's too tired for something. I've never heard that from you. I mean, I hear a lot.
Well, I have felt it. I have felt it. You know what it is? It's like I do like burnout. You know what I mean? Like sometimes I'm going nonstop. Like I have 2 serious days. Like my Monday, Tuesdays now are like from 7 a.m. until 9 at night.
Yeah.
And it's like boom, 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 nonstop.
Sure. And we were talking about that in last week's show about how to combat that kind of fatigue and pay attention to how you're feeling and things, because sometimes you need to go off a traditional diet or just, be or relax or whatever it is to kind of offset that. Because otherwise you just go crazy. Like you can't keep doing that every single day.
No, you can't. You definitely like, yeah. I mean, I'm like older now and I've figured out like what was screwing me up, like through the years of going nonstop and just like not, like I said, not drinking water, not eating, like all day, like just waiting. And then
I remember that.
Yeah, just like not and just burning out, and feeling like all mental.
And I actually want to talk about that. And that's the final thought that I wanted to talk about before I let you go. But brain foods and getting rid of that kind of fog that you encounter with clients, that we encounter all the time, and that leads to Alzheimer's and things like that.
Absolutely. No good. And like I work with those people, right, who have Alzheimer's and Parkinson's and doing Tai Chi with them and martial arts and fitness. And, like you start to ask them, like, what was your, like you find out like what their lives were like. And then you're like, oh, take note of that, right? Going nonstop or doing the same thing over and over again, so like you need to switch up your routines. You need to eat. You need to feed your body. You need to feed your mind. You need to feed your soul. Like, so if you're just going to work 24/7 every day and never take the time for rest and it's hard, it's hard for me to say, okay, I'll bust my bum, like several days a week. And then like now I've been taking a day where it's just for me. And if I want, sometimes I'll put like some classes or something in. But now I take that day and like I don't tell anybody where I am. I don't tell anybody what I'm doing. Sure. Yeah. And I eat like now I mean I've been like trying, like, except on the weekends are bad, I fall off, but to me, it doesn't matter. I also have to live my life, like I've been doing.
That was another big topic that we talked about last week was, enjoying, like, if I want to have a cookie, I'm going to have a cookie. If I want to have
Absolutely.
when you're active as much as we are,
you can.
It's not the same thing when someone's doing nothing and not moving.
And you're just sitting.
It's
like if you want something, you kind of have to treat yourself to it, because it's like, you're just going to do everything to get that feeling anyway.
Exactly. I love that. I feel like your body is telling you what it needs.
You need to listen to your body.
Yes. If you're active and efficient and doing all the right things. Otherwise, if you're just like kind of in that sugar addiction or that kind of thing, then your body's always craving that. And that's not what we're talking about for anybody that's listening. We're talking about, physical activity for many, many hours every single day, and so sometimes the body needs fats. It needs that saturated fat, or it needs that, egg yolk, and you have to give it to it. Otherwise, you just keep wanting it.
Right. Yeah. And then you'll do everything else or eat everything else.
It's not going to work.
It's going to work.
Oh, I know. I've done it.
I do eat like healthy and stuff. Like, now I never did this, but I've been like making food for my day. Like I know I have, and I've been doing like this intermittent feeding times, like where I just, and I mean, like I've altered it to like meet my needs, because I have to, like my schedule's my schedule, but I have been like packing food, and I'll start eating it at a certain time and I'll end eating at a certain time. But I make sure I have enough food to get me through the day. Like, God.
Yeah. And I've noticed that about super successful people, that they allow themselves. And I've worked with trainers. I remember this one trainer who was so in shape, and I was like, "You're gonna order a bacon, cheese, egg, everything." He's like, "Yeah, that's what my body needs right now." Like, ripped.
Need the fat, need the salt.
And I didn't understand it at the time. But now, of course, I understand it. I because you try so hard to do all the right things that only leads yourself up to failure, because the expectation's too much, and you're just kind of obsess over that thing that you can't have.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what it is. Like you obsess over what you can't have. For sure. Like where you need to like fuel your body with healthy foods on a regular, but then like every once in a while you want something, and you're like, you need it, you want it, gotta have it. Yeah, absolutely. I'm really into my body though, like which you probably are too. Like what works and what doesn't work for you. Oh yeah. Yeah. I was saying before, sometimes if I have too much salt, like from my God. I can't have salt at all. Like it's crazy. Immediately. I was just going to say that about salt. And I know, like tonight, I went and ate pizza. I eat pizza all the time. That's not enough salt to offset. But I had, it wasn't like a greasy pizza. It was like a nice made pizza. But I had artichokes on it, and I had the Calamita olives. Those are all salty stuff. Yeah. I was like, tomorrow I'm going to be like, yeah, but the water will offset that. Yeah. A ton of water. Yeah. The water will definitely offset that. And I love that you said that, because that was something that I never realized before. And you got to realize what is, toxic for your body, and salt. Mm-hmm. I never knew that. I was saying before that I had on the previous show that I had dance shoes in different sizes because because I wouldn't drink water, because I didn't want to have to stop and go to the bathroom and all that stuff. So I would never drink any water at all. And plus I didn't like water. So I had to have bigger shoes, and I never realized, you go out to dinner, especially when you're traveling, you're on the road all the time, you're moving around, you're going from competition to place to place to place, and everything's salty. Everything. Anytime you eat out, expect to be bloated, in some sort of. Absolutely. And, finally I figured it out so hopefully we're helping some people figure it out earlier rather than later. But it took a really long time to figure that out. And, now I know.
I know, like, okay, I'm going to eat that. This is going to be the result, and this is what I'm going to do about it. Wouldn't that have been great if you would know that? Like,
yeah, right. Like if you knew ahead of time, like this does this to me and that does that to me. Like I pretty much know like what everything is going to do to me and what I have to do to offset it if I really want that. Like it's a sacrifice. Like if you want something, and like that's it, you just you feel like I need to eat that.
Absolutely.
Well, you better do something to offset it. Otherwise, you're going to suffer the consequences.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah,
absolutely. All right. Well, I don't want to keep you all night, but thank you so much for making the time to come on. Thank you.
Gotta go clean my house now. Gotta go clean my house now.
Oh, and we are going to have another episode with Maria talking about stage combat, going through some kind of like a second show from what we did a few shows back. So you will see Maria again, and give us some likes and comments and let us know what you want to see next and what you think.
Thank you so much. This was fun.
Thank you so much, Maria. I'll see you next time.
See you. Thank you.
Bye.